I'm walking kind of on a road slash kind of walkway behind Ben Keita's house, and where the woods are next to his house, where his body was found hanging in a tree. This case is obviously one of the most tragic cases I've heard in a while. Still undetermined what happened to Ben. 18-year-old Ben Keita's house is a quarter mile from the woods where his body was found, so it was not that far away from the woods. In fact, this dead end basically leads right into the woods where his body was found. Alright guys, so I'm on 89th Avenue Northeast, and this is the street of where Ben and his parents, Ibrahim and Aysada, they all lived. And the house where they lived is the one behind me with the white car. Yeah, so Ben's house is right up there. So it's literally less than a quarter mile to the woods where his body was found. I'll give you guys the entire history on Ben and what happened once we get a little closer. Ben was Muslim and his family was Muslim. So Ben was actually reported missing on November 26th, 2016. But unfortunately, his body was found January 6th, 2017. So roughly about 6 weeks after he went missing, his body was found actually behind me in the woods here. Some people think that his death was not a suicide at all, but that he was killed and put in the woods. So some people found his body. The police showed up. He was found hanging. He signed up to go to Everett Community College. He signed up for 3 classes. Everett Community College is about 20 miles south of here. So he signed up for 3 classes about a month before he disappeared. So that is interesting. He obviously was pursuing some college and signed up for classes, but yet disappeared a month after. So it's a little strange. What his family didn't know, though, was Ben stopped attending classes at his high school 3 weeks before he disappeared. He basically didn't go to any classes in the last 3 weeks before he disappeared in high school. He also had a job at, I think, McDonald's, which is nearby, and he didn't show up for either shifts the 2 days prior to him missing as well. A couple days before he disappeared on November 26th. So all that combined really paints a very bizarre picture, and that's why a lot of people are unsure what exactly transpired and why ultimately he was found hanging in the trees and found dead. Alright guys, so just walked into the woods. I don't know exactly the precise tree in these woods that his body was found. All the reports stated that it was a tall tree and it was within about 10 feet from basically any of the neighbors' houses. So it sounds like it wasn't that far deep into the woods. It sounds like it was pretty close here to like the road. When police finally found Ben's body, they of course did an autopsy and they ruled it initially as a suicide. And of course Ben's family, his father Ibrahim and his mother Aysada, of course argued that he took his own life and stated that he was a happy kid. He showed no signs of depression or anxiety or anything that would lead to him, doing that and taking his own life. The medical examiner changed their ruling, and they changed it to undetermined. And one of the main reasons why they changed it to that is, again, the main fact that they found his body hanging 50 feet up in the tree. And they said that would have been highly, highly unusual for someone taking their own life to do that. It would require a ton of work, a lot of extra work that you wouldn't need to do. So anyway, that's what I was reading online. I attempted to reach out to Ben's father, but he didn't reply. I was hoping to get a family member, someone that knew exactly where his body was found, to kind of take me there, just so I know for sure. But that didn't happen, so again, I'm just kind of using my best guess. Reports said it was somewhere near the back of the neighborhood, like visible from the back of the neighborhood, and that's basically where I am right now. Prayers and thoughts for Ben Keita and his family. He was 18 years old. He had so much life left to live, regardless if it was suicide or murder. He didn't deserve that whatsoever. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And hopefully throughout this video, you can share it and maybe you'll find the answers and find out exactly what happened to him. But now that I'm talking about it, looks like these are Nitex gloves, or what they're called, nitrile gloves. Usually these gloves are used by police when they're collecting evidence. Now, other people wear gloves for whatever reasons, but most of the time it's for police, handling evidence. So it's interesting that it's right by this patch of woods right here. There's other garbage and things down here. As mentioned earlier, Ben was in the Running Start program at the local community college, and his goal or dream was to become a doctor of sorts, potentially become a medical examiner. It's kind of unfortunate that he never got to live out that dream or goal. It's just such a bizarre case because no one knows for sure what happened to him. Was it a murder, or did he end up taking his own life? Obviously I don't have that answer, but there's many questions that make me think that there is no way that he could have taken his own life. Mainly for the fact that, again, the rope they found was 50 feet up above the ground, and that just would have been a tall task. You wouldn't have to go to that effort if you were wanting to take your own life. However, on the other side of things, you might say, well, that would be really difficult for someone to, obviously, kill Ben and lift his body 50 feet up in the air with the rope. And so I feel like both options aren't really plausible. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, all of you guys who watch my videos. You mean so much to me. And if you're new around here and you like these kind of crime type videos, and especially you like me going to the actual locations and scenes where all these things happen, just make sure you hit subscribe and the little bell icon next to it. Again, it's always free, and yeah, that way you get up to date every time I post a video, which is always Mondays and Fridays. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a good one, stay safe.